Hi viewers! I don't see anyone posting videos on these 1968 Mexican Olympic coins anymore. Used to years ago. They were struck obviously to commemorate the Olympics and struck in .72 silver, as you can see, 720. The remainder being copper. The face value of 25 pesos, 25. And edge inscription, which I can't remember what it says, but yeah, what's always fascinated me about these coins are the three variants. This is the type 1, and I'll tell you how to simply identify between type 1 and type 2 or 3. The type 1, if you look at the three Olympics rings, they are all level across the top, and type 2 and type 3 are not. Basically, the Mexican Mint screwed up and didn't get the Olympic symbol correct, because the three rings should line up across the top. And so I don't really know why this is called type 1, because this was actually, as far as I remember, it was produced after these, because obviously the Olympic Society complained and said, hey, you've got our rings in the wrong place, so they had to produce them in this. Anyway, these have quite a relatively high mintage number, but the mintage numbers for the type 2 and type 3 are considerably lower, but they are unknown. But yeah, so anyway, you can tell the difference between the type 1 and 2 or 3 because of the centre low ring. Now, I had a quick Google to see if I could find a type 2 or type 3, and I couldn't find any. It all came up with the type 1s. But during that search, what I found interesting was that a company called Cambridgeshire Coins had them for sale, three of them, for £28. Now, according to Numista, the melt value of one of these coins was £13.80 or something. So, and you were getting 3 for £28 at Cambridgeshire Coins. That's quite a deal. I know there's postage on the top, but probably they offer you free postage if you bought a bunch of them, or a bunch of other stuff as well, I'm guessing. Anyway, that's by the by. So the thing we need to do now is really have a look at the differences under the microscope, and we will do that shortly. And if you're wondering why there's 4, because this is technically another variant, which again I haven't seen either, and it's a proof-like strike. I'm guessing it wasn't struck as a proof, but as you can see, the reflection across the coin there, this side is not quite as nice. It's got a bit of age to it, but as you can see, the reflections across the coin in comparison to any of the others, which have more of a matte finish. I should have held them together really, shouldn't I, as you could see. But yeah, reflection of the camera and me, and no reflection. Anyway, let us go to the microscope and see what the differences are. Right, let's start with a quick look around the coin for those of you who haven't seen the Mexican Olympics coins. I could translate that, that's obviously Olympics. Mexico, 1968. And the ball player, whatever the game was called, I do know, but slipped my mind the name of the game. But it's quite a detailed coin under the microscope there, and obviously wearing some kind of sandals. And this is the thing that you will immediately spot. This is obviously the type 1 with the 3 rings level across the top, right there, with a very shaky hand. And we'll move on to the Type 2, which is just over there. And as you can see, the top rings do not line up. I'm guessing that the foot of the ball player got in the way when they designed it, so they had to move that ring down lower. Obviously the redesigned version, they had to move the feet up somehow. I'm not quite sure how they managed to do it, but yeah, so there's the low center ring, which indicates that it's either Type 2 or Type 3. And how you tell between Type 2 and Type 3. Now this is the interesting bit, because you actually have to flip the coin over, and where you will see the eagle with a snake in its mouth, and what you have to look for is the tongue on the snake, and the tongue is straight, as you see there. So we'll have a quick look at the rest of the coin while we're here, all the intricate details. With the 25 pesos there. Estados Unidos Mexico, or Mexicanos, yeah, got that wrong. And the mint mark there. So on to the Type 3. And as you can see, again, we have the low center ring. And again, you need to flip the coin over and look for the snake's tongue. And you will see that it is curved, facing upwards. So whether it was the engravers having a bit of fun doing the variations, I don't know the answer. Maybe someone does know, I don't know, but I don't know the answer to that. But let's see if we can't just do a quick comparison. There's the curved tongue, and move across to the straight tongue. So that's Type 2, Type 3, and then Type 1 with the level rings across the top. So yeah, I couldn't find any Type 2s or Type 3s for sale. I don't think they're massively valuable, but I know it was a struggle to. The Type 2 wasn't too bad to get hold of, but the Type 3, which is the one with the curved tongue, was very hard to source. And bearing in mind this was, I don't know, probably more than a decade ago. Oh yeah, probably easily more than a decade ago. But yeah, so it's nice to have these three in my collection. I wouldn't really call it a stack, silver collection, but these are labelled so that if anything did happen to me, then someone would know that they're not a normal 1968 Mexican Olympics, which would be this one, which I think generally are seen as more of a bullion device. That I don't think they're much over the melt value, but if you know otherwise, do let me know down in the comments. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing the three variants under the microscope, and I'll leave you with the Type 2, and catch you on the next one.